Good evening. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your Spider ETF stock market wrap-up for the evening of Tuesday, the 4th of February, 2025. And what a crazy day again. You know, the president's given you a little bit of everything. It's showtime. Every day he's in the Oval Office signing a new set of bills. That's going on. Netanyahu joined them this afternoon, and now the talk, he floated the idea, he being the president of the U.S., floated the idea that maybe the U.S. should lead and take over the reconstruction of Gaza. What is wrong with all the Arab countries there taking over the reconstruction of Gaza? Why do we have to do it? We should be maybe involved, but I don't know that we want to do that. You know, he's offered and asked Arab countries, Jordan, Egypt, I can go on, Kuwait, Saudis, will you take in Palestinian refugees? They have nowhere to live. This is a destroyed zone that will not be ready maybe for a decade. Who the heck knows how long? It's certainly years, could be 3 years before you can get real housing up there, I'm guessing. I'm not a contractor, but you got to clear the rubble. You got to put back the infrastructure and then build. This doesn't get done 1, 2, 3 in the midst of a potential war zone flare up again. No, not one country wants to take any of them in, including us, by the way. All right, so let's look at that. It's just crazy. Iran, the president went after Iran today, and it's the old Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly, which he's doing. I really don't want to sign this bill. You know, he puts on the drama. And of course, then the pen comes out and he signs one of the roughest ones against them. But he's trying to get everybody to the table, and he's playing the Trump-esque move. It seems to be working. Don't knock it. I'm praising it in the sense things are working. The biggest laugh I'm having, and this all is part of this, is you're watching the Democrats scream about Musk and his young kids going in and taking control and taking away the spending powers. Well, let me think about that. Don't we need to cut this budget? I mean, they're not going to do it on their own. And he's got to do it to by the way, he being Musk and his crew got to do it to the Republicans too. You cut where you can cut, and you got to get rid of the fat and all this. And can you imagine? I'm watching Chuck Schumer today, and I'm laughing. I mean, he gave me my best laugh. We can't have this going on. Chuck, you can't control your spending, and therefore what you hate is you're losing power, the old guard. It's time for a change. I think as Americans, we all want to see that we don't hurt anybody in the process of this, and we should be having foreign aid. But maybe it's got to first be pulled back, rethought out, and put in a way where you control and you make sure the dollars you're spending are going where they're supposed to be going. How much fat is being lost? So that's where you're at in that. All right? I feel like it's my commentary every now and then. And I know some of you don't like it, then don't watch. What can I tell you? Mortgage Bankers Association will update their market indices at 6 in the morning. ADP private sector payrolls. They're looking for 150,000. I think they had 122 last time. The trade balance is going to soar, they're saying, by I think 26 bill or something, that they're looking for that. And the EIA petroleum stock estimates will come out tomorrow morning. They're looking for about 9:30 for that to come out. The EIA numbers were really ugly this afternoon, so those are things to be looking at. When you look at the markets, it's, I must be honest, these are a little more fun to trade right now than the futures. They've been, how can I say it, trending better. The futures are all over the board doing this. Some of these, if you're breaking away from just the AI, you're getting interesting plays. The gold has been absolutely phenomenal. NVIDIA, it'll be interesting to see if NVIDIA gets hit tomorrow morning, because you're starting to see that some of the big companies that are reporting right now, if they aren't hitting on their AI, if they cut back anything in the AI, if they're not getting the right amount of return on the money in there, they're getting punished quickly. The futures were down early tonight just because of that. Remember, you won't keep this spending that you do at the beginning to get projects going up forever. You spend a little less next year, a little less the year after, and companies look for return on money. This is the norm that you get in life. Amazon will be one we want to watch. You know, it was up $4 today. And Netflix, by the way, I was just telling my subscribers we were in the 950s. I said, I think you're going up to the 1,000 level. And you did. Home Depot coming live. Spring's right around the corner. This market will, I think, do just fine in that environment. NVIDIA fighting battles in the 121 area. But as I said, it could slip back. But, you know, the whole thing's going to be, how do their earnings look? What are the projections? What's the margin of profitability going to be going forward? Because there's so much talk about smaller apps like what happened with Palantir helping those companies just explode without a cost of buying some of those chips. As for Meta, you can see you're just staying up here. You've got what we call some distribution going on now. So prices have reached the zone where at 700 level roughly, you're getting price distribution. The trend is still up. If you crack underneath the 675 and a quarter area, you could easily fall back total of $50 maybe into the 644 area for support. The trend is up though until that is taken out. But here's what's happened. The market was running every day the upper band, and now you're breaking away from it. Often, that's a sign the market wants to give you a correction along the way. Will it be deep? Not, in my opinion, no, unless and until the red line that makes up the slow stochastic, which is at 90.3, closes under 79. Then I think you get more of a correction. We were just talking about Dutch Brothers coming back up to the upper Bollinger Band to fight a battle via the embedded reading. It had one break in towards the 18-day average and kaboom, right back to the upside as it should. CrowdStrike, similar type of pattern right now. Bit of distribution that's been going on over the past week, but it has the embedded reading. Until you get rid of those embedded readings, I'm not saying buy rallies, I'm saying on the pullbacks, the traders will buy. There's a way to do it. If you haven't taken my enhanced Bollinger Band course, I'm not going to spill the beans here, but there's a technique I use, and it has proven to me something that I won't deviate from. Now, Rivian, you're on the cusp of losing the bearish embedded reading. You've got a reading at 20.69, and you closed at the day's high. So when you open in the morning, you're going to lose it. The odds favor the price and the 18-day average will come together at 13.17 or thereabouts, and that's where the market has to make a decision what next. That's what I think is going to happen. In K-Web, the Chinese internet ETFs, all right, market's correcting a little bit. It's caught between the higher high and low pattern. It seems to be that you're really caught between the 100-day average in green and the upper Bollinger Band. And no, I don't see a trend trade out of that just here. In Toll Brothers, XHB, the others, you have a patterns of higher high, lower low, and the markets are now fighting at the 18-day average and the 200-day average. Momentum is down in the market. If you get through the lows of Monday now, be careful, you could open the door for 125. If it doesn't do that, then the battle is going to get and stay over 133.87, the 200-day average. XHB, a similar picture as you can see. Market lost the battle with the 200-day average in the upper Bollinger Band and has had the correction. It could easily go to the 102.78 level to finish this break off. In the financial services, look what happened here. So when you lose the embedded reading, and this is lost, I say before the market gets back over 52.04, the odds are strong you're going to make a run for the 18-day average of closes. Doesn't mean I'll be right, but it's had a recently good record, and that's basically what happens when you lose momentum. Markets make a move, and often it's to the closest main moving average. Nothing works all the time, my friends. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Higher high, lower low, and when you lost the momentum right here, that put this market right in line to get back to the 18-day average. There's the example. And often, momentum by the slow stochastic, and mine won't look the way yours do, all right? I alter my formula. I do share it with my paid subscribers. I don't share it with the general public. In XLE, you can see how the market is fighting a battle on the way on a correction back to the 100-day average in green, the 18 in the gray, the 90.67, which is sitting right on the 18-day average. So you're in a big resistance zone right here. You're coming off an oversold area that has a little bit of a bounce, but not a trend change. Even if you cleared the 90.63 level and settled there, you'd have a lower and low, higher high. I don't see anything to make an uptrend. I can see ways to stop the downtrend, but I still see the downtrend at work at this hour. Same in the gold. I mean, all I keep seeing is what's going on. Now, according to Elon Musk, not me, Elon Musk, he's already saving billions of dollars a day with all the cuts in these programs and the aid that we've been giving out and putting everything the Democrats are complaining about right now, unbridled spending, and stopping the unbridled spending. I want to go on record. You may not like it. We need to stop the unbridled spending. I don't know if Musk is the right guy or the teams that he's bringing in are the right guys. I don't have those answers. Do I appreciate that somebody's addressing the problem? 2 thumbs up. I and you should understand you can't keep spending. That's what got me bothered when I see Trump. We should be the ones rebuilding Gaza. Why are we, America, rebuilding Gaza? The whole region there should be rebuilding Gaza. I mean, that's what goes on. I agree with Trump when he says NATO doesn't give enough. It's their battle. We got an ocean between us. It's their battleground. Well, it's the same thing going on here. We didn't bomb Gaza. We do support Israel. I agree. But we're humanitarians. Should we be involved? We're the richest country on earth. Should we be involved? Absolutely. That's just my take on it. Higher lows, higher highs. You're over the upper Bollinger Band. You're trying to embed, but you haven't. So this market got pulled along. And here's what I like. Out of nowhere, silver and copper aren't falling apart with the tariff wars that China threw on us and us giving the 10%. It's like we have gloves on both countries. We're going to do things that make us look good at home, but we're really not doing anything to each other yet. And I think I use the word yet, and I like that. Maybe things can get resolved. Nobody wins in these tariff wars. If you think so, boy, go read some history books on it. BND, higher high, lower low, back down to the 18-day average, trying to hold it. The dollar index, this is where support should show up against the 18-day average. Otherwise, what the market has just done is here, you might have made your double top, and that's where the market's going to have problems. And in FXE, will the market be able to rally, or is the market going to look at the next things that the European Central Bank wants to do? You did gap away, and I think you left a bit of an island there, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. For those of you that do trade in the S&P and the spiders and so on, you might want to join me in my mornings, all right? At 9 o'clock in the morning Central Time, I record a video that is not seen on YouTube or anywhere else. You've got to be with me in my subscriber stuff. And we look at the charts and we rip them apart. We have some proprietary indicators we give you and you can work with them. And in that video, you get buy here, sell there, do this, do that. So how do you get this? Go to IraEpstein.com and under the word research, it couldn't be simpler. That's where it's all at for you. We'll talk weekly charts, daily charts, long-term trades, short-term trades. I've been in the video now for a very long time. Not talking weeks or months, a very long time. Got that? Boeing building positions in that. We just put on trades this week, 3 new ones in a bunch of markets in the past 7 days. So you're getting a lot of setups that are starting to develop. You might want to take a look at them. IraEpstein.com under the word research. Move your cursor to the top there. Take advantage, and I'll catch up with you all first thing in the morning. Take care.